Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the All Over Overland show on Overland Radio. And as I always say, that is a lot of overlands. Let me bring in our host, Michael, and then do a little bit of housekeeping, I guess, if you will, what we'll call housekeeping, and we'll get this show going, man. We got a lot to talk to, and we got somebody we got to add to that new intro here before too long.
Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? My voice still is shot, dude. I haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks.
What?
Dude,
Man.
I've been trying to save my voice as much as I can
Well,
for being able to do the show and work, obviously.
before we get going, I want to make sure we give a huge shout out to our sponsors, the Overland Addict, Chad, and his gang, and everybody else, Red Arc, CBI, Prinsu, and soon
we're gonna add to the list.
we're gonna add to the list, and we got to change the intro up because we have to include these other knuckleheads.
That's right.
That somehow or another want to get punished by being part of this.
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate it, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. But yeah.
So what's new?
It's it's still coming down off of More Expo. The videos that everybody made are rolling out, and so getting just to see it and experience it again, and ooh, there we are in the background, ooh, there we are, highlighted there, just kind of fun, kind of weird, all at the same time, and just
I got to be honest, I haven't watched them yet.
You haven't watched anything?
I think I watched one maybe, but I've been busy. I got a lot of projects on my plate, and I just haven't. It's sad to say, but I'm
Well,
gonna
there's some
sit
good
down
ones. You need to go check them out.
Yeah, I will. Any particular ones I need to look for? Who?
Oh, I just search.
Yeah,
just go More Expo and see what pops up. There were some good ones. It's just funny to see the different points of view.
Yeah.
Like everybody does their thing a little different. So it was kind of fun to see that. Lester Skip had a video and he showed a couple shots of us in there. So appreciate him. And he's been a long time listener for forever. We got to, like we said, in the last episode, we got to see a lot of people, meet a lot of people, and say hi and do all that kind of fun stuff.
All right, I have a question.
Question me.
For everybody listening or watching, who has seen the booger-eating moron that drove his Bronco out up north, and it's been flooded in the tide like 3 times now, his brand new Bronco? Has anybody seen that besides me?
I haven't seen that.
Oh my gosh. So brand new Bronco drives out on low tide, drives out on this beach or whatever, gets the thing stuck because it's kind of muddy. Tide comes in. It just covers the top of it. You can see it. Tide goes out. Tide comes in. They try to recover it. Can't recover it. And the whole time I'm scratching my head going, there's a simple solution for this. And nobody's done it yet. Wait till the tide comes in and then lift it. We have these lifting bags where we lifted boats out of that were sunk. During low tide, go out, put the bags underneath it, strap it in, get it all ready. When the tide comes in, inflate them, float that thing out of there.
Oh, well, huh.
It's crazy. They're out there just tearing everything up, trying to get this thing out of there. And it just floated out. It's not that hard.
Wow.
Anyway.
See, that's where you know everything. I don't know how you just know all the stuff.
All they need to do is call Cito.
Post the link.
Yeah. Post the link. Someone messaged me like, yeah, it's crazy. I don't have it pulled up right now, but yeah, it is ridiculous. So anyway, that's one of those things that just infuriates you because you're sitting there from the sideline and you're just like, it's simple. This is all you got to do. Anyway, what else is new?
I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this bad boy behind me.
Yeah, well, there you go. Don't leave it in the back of the truck. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Don't leave it in the back of the truck.
Yeah. I think, I mean, you could
saran wrap around it and then leave it in the back of the truck.
Dude, I think I'd do like it was suggested a few minutes ago. Do a partial seat delete back there.
I will. I don't know that I can do the seat delete, but they fold down really good.
Oh, well, then just
always,
fold it down. Yeah. I
I'll
mean,
just
that was
fold,
a great
fold it
idea.
up, or fold it up all the way, because
Yeah.
it'll either fold over or fold up into itself.
So,
And who knows? I mean, maybe this becomes more of a dedicated, just overland, 2-3 people truck.
so Michael got him a new refrigerator.
I did.
He got him a new Dometic.
Dometic 55 MI, which
And
stands for.
I'm gonna be honest.
Ice.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna let everybody know what he actually did to get it, but he did.
There was some dirty play.
No, I'm just teasing.
There's some dirty play. A little bit tickling. A little bit fondling.
That beard came in handy, didn't it? So, what are you drinking tonight?
I got oil fire, of course.
Oh, sweet.
Oil fire. Now, today I have diluted it just a tad with a little bit of Coca-Cola. I do that every once in a while.
Let's talk about the oil fire for a minute. How many times did we?
Dude, I don't remember how many people.
I know that whole bottle was gone.
And it was the big bottle.
Yeah, it was the big bottle. So yeah, it was pretty well gone. So that was pretty good. Any other kind of exciting news? Oh, hey, look, we have Cindy in here. And for those of you that don't know, Cindy's got.
Are you gonna play that beautiful bean footage?
No, I'm not gonna play the bean footage right this second. Actually, you know what? Let's play it for her.
What?
Why not? Let's find it.
This October, Northology Adventures invites you to a new event, Overland the Red. Base camp is in the Red River Gorge, the heart of the Daniel Boone National Forest in Kentucky. Enjoy all the outdoor activities this area has to offer during Appalachia's peak fall colors. Go off-road touring on the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway. Or really challenge your skills in Hollerwood Off-Road Park. Hike to one of 150 sandstone arches. Try climbing, canoeing, ziplining, underground kayaking. There's also amazing local dining, all within minutes of our base camp, which has 1,700 acres of ADV and mountain bike trails. And after a packed day in the red, meet back at base camp for vendors, giveaways, and a bonfire. Overland the Red, October 20th through 23rd.
That is one sexy.
I think that, yeah, it really is a good one. Jeremiah did that, I believe, and he did a fantastic job. And it looks like a really good time.
It does. It really does.
I hope I can finagle a schedule to go, but yeah, it would be nice. Where's your next trip, buddy? Where are you heading to? Anywhere soon?
I there's going to be a camping trip coming up in the next at least month. Don't know what, don't know where, don't know when, but I got to do it. I have to. I guess the next probably biggish thing is going to be Big Iron.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be at Big Iron.
I know.
Again, but it always kind of coincides with some of the other event stuff that I got going. So I won't be there, but I'll be there in spirit. And I know that you'll,
I'll drink enough whiskey for both of us.
You'll do us well. So that'll be nice.
Last time.
Yeah.
I will this time. All right. Well, let's bring on these clowns that we've got with us today. And we say that in 11. Are they even sitting there? I can't see. Are those heads?
Well, that looks about right.
Oh. He's on the phone.
Okay, then we'll take him out.
He's on the phone. All right. Well, I was going to introduce him. We've got Brian and Levi Fetish with the Overland Essentials.
Fetish.
Isn't that what it says? Oh, that's
no.
How you say that.
He did that on purpose. He told me before the show he was not going to say it.
I know
he wasn't going to say it. Oh man,
that's the way it works, man. And the way I see it on the screen is Brian and Levi, and so I was like, it's perfect. That's the perfect opportunity for me.
Oh my god! Oh, Brian's back now.
So what's going on, guys?
What's up?
I don't have not a thing, man. Rough like going to get on here.
What kind of cheap ass internet you got going on there, Levi?
He's frozen as hell. Look at him.
Bluetooth.
He's using the neighbor's Wi-Fi right now.
Are you stealing internet from the neighbor again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're paused. You're not. We can't hardly. You're not moving. Oh lordy. Okay, there you go.
It's
I don't ever get internet down here.
It's awesome.
Apparently. Are you hotspotting that from your phone? These hot
I
spots.
might need to. It might be better.
He might
Oh
need
my
to.
gosh. So listen, for those of you that are listening, not watching, we have Brian and Levi from the Overland Essentials, based out of where, guys? Lenexa, Kansas.
Right on. And
Mexican.
obviously they were at the More Expo. You guys
Cleaned
had an
house.
amazing booth that was full when it started. And how many Domestics did you start out with?
40. We started out with 40 Dometic fridges.
Did you really have
You
40?
came home with 2, didn't you?
No, we came home with nothing. We were actually stealing Domestics from other vendors and then placing orders for Domestics after we ran out. So we probably ended up selling,
awesome.
what was it, Levi? 46?
Yep.
Right on.
Damn.
Yeah, around there.
That's pretty
with the
impressive.
dropship orders, yeah.
Very nice,
Sweet.
guys.
And we even had the pleasure, some of you may have seen it, of being serenaded by Brian.
Do you have
Yeah,
that
thanks
video,
for-
Lee?
Yeah,
we got
thanks for
some
reporting
we got
that.
some Neil Diamond out of him.
Did you save that to show during the show?
I haven't shown. No, I didn't. But it's on our Facebook page, so go see it.
Go check
I hacked it
it
and
out.
deleted it.
It's a good time.
No, you didn't. All right, so here's the Brian and his solo debut of Neil Diamond on the show. Little
Very
oil
good.
fire.
It's good times.
Anyway,
That's how I got my wife.
Oh yeah, the karaoke stuff or Neil Diamond.
That's right.
Neil Diamond's how you got her.
oh boy. All right, so now that you're back from Moore, let's talk real quick about that. So, what was your impression of the Moore Expo? What was your impression of the layout of the whole place, the outdoor activities? What did you think?
Well, you start, Levi. Maybe.
I don't know if you guys could see me or hear me very well, but I thought it was pretty good, man. This year, I think that adding the outdoor venue was awesome the first day, but I mean, having that extra space for those vent there was nice. To see big name companies coming from all the way to from California from Arizona and things like that to small town Springfield, Missouri, you know what I mean? It's pretty awesome.
Well, we have 4 countries or 6 countries represented there because we had Israel, South Africa, Australia, somewhere else,
and Sweden.
Yeah, so I think it was 4. Okay, now, so tell everybody real quick. Now, I know we've had you guys on before, but it's been a while. So let's talk about your store location, some of the brands you guys are selling, and the fact that Levi likes Brian so much that he lives in a completely 2 state or another state away, I should say, and has to drive back across the lonely state of Kansas just to work sometimes.
Yeah,
Give us a rundown.
Yeah, so Levi waited till we opened up the shop.
So Brian's
moving to Colorado.
you want me to start, Brian?
Brian's
I
already
got plenty to say about you.
He's got you covered, Levi.
Yeah,
don't worry.
I thought it was a good idea since Brian really didn't know anything about cars. I thought it would be a good idea just to start this business with him and then just let him sink or swim kind of thing. He's done pretty well.
Sink or swim. What you're saying, he's pretty gullible, and you talked him into something.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, I have this dream. I want to start a business, but I ain't got no money. Let me borrow some of your money and your time, and you run the business, and I'll move away.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And he went for it.
Well, and he's kicking ass. So I think what he's doing is
good. He's doing really well.
Yeah, totally. So
what's the latest thing you've installed?
If you got the hardest thing,
it's hard to know when to talk with Levi's internet, man. I don't know when to say something or when he's going to come back on screen.
5 seconds after he stops moving.
All right, let me get upstairs. Maybe that'll be better.
There you go. So, Brian, real quick, tell us about some of the brands you guys are carrying. So, rattle off some of your brands.
Because Levi won't know who they are.
Well, I mean, some of the Claymore, Front Runner,
I'm like Juice Manager. I know exactly who they
are. Dometic, Max Track, Decked, RSI. Some of the big ones that we've recently picked up. I mean, CVT, the new company we just recently started carrying again. We're actually Alucab dealers now. We actually installed our first Alucab on Guy Compton. He was there at the Moore Expo with us. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to chat with him or not, man. Such an awesome guy. But we got to install his Alucab. So we're super excited to be carrying their stuff. We've been waiting to launch that for a while. You know, I mean, we really can get. There's very few things that we don't have or that we can't get.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest thing is we're such a small business. It's you know, we're not big enough to carry every single product that we can offer, you know, in the shop. I mean, you know, like Levi said, he's broke, you know, and I'm a retired Army guy, so I don't make a whole lot. So we're just kind of limited on what we can keep in the shop, especially with it being such a small shop. But
yeah, but you're growing.
We're growing.
Mean, you're growing, so that's a good thing.
And I think people can honestly come and talk to you guys and get steered in the right direction when it comes to what they need and what they actually need for a trip and stuff like that. So that's the benefit, like of working with you guys is being able to talk to you and come in and see it. And even if they have to wait a little bit, if they have to order it and it gets sent in, then that's fine.
You know, and that we kind of, you know, when me and Levi started the company, you know, and I think we talked about this when we were on the last time, you know, literally his internet's just as bad outside upstairs as it was.
And we get the outside noise, which is
we can hear all the motorcycles and all that.
I don't know what else to do.
Poor Levi.
My phone was obviously better.
Yeah.
Poor Levi.
Yeah,
Can't
go to your
wait.
neighbor's
Here,
house.
I'll go on my phone.
Got, man.
Hate you guys.
I hate you
Video.
Oh man, that's
well.
So
all right. Well,
funny.
Brian, tell us what you're driving out there now. We're rolling in.
I don't want to tell you what I'm driving right now.
Oh.
Yeah, Brian, let's hear it.
I'm driving a 2017 Kia.
That's awesome.
Okay, promise me that you didn't put one of those big 23-0 tents like Levi had on top of that
Subi.
the Subi, because that tent was so freaking big that when he opened it, the car disappeared.
You
couldn't see the car.
Looked like it was sitting on a rolly rack.
Well, yeah, but when he's like down the road, you could just see the car. Like if you touched the tent, the whole car would do like this.
He put
just
a
waiting for the flaps to come out.
72 23-0 walkabout on his Subaru.
Too funny.
It was so big that it just swallowed the car. It was crazy. So, all right, but what?
Hey, this may be way better.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be nice. I just got to find a charger, and we got one. We're good.
What? You don't want to tell everybody, Brian, what you're going to be driving soon?
No,
So
tell him, Brian.
I have a 2022 Bronco on order.
However,
I just changed it though from a Badlands edition to an Everglades.
Okay.
So it's
Add
something
another like 2 years.
No, I think I'll get the Everglades before I would have got my Badlands.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because of demand.
So yeah.
Nice.
So, but I like the squared off fender flares on the Everglades a lot better than the round fender flares. The snorkel looks all right. I didn't really do it for the snorkel or the winch, but I really like the squared off fender flares, and I like that's the only edition. That's the only model where you can get the desert tan. They don't offer that any other model, and I really like the tan on my Jeep. I like tan vehicles, so we'll give the Everglades a shot. I think with an Ursa up on top of an Everglades.
Yeah, I think it'd be really nice.
I think it'll look good.
I am really excited to see that. That's going to be cool.
And then we got to talk, Levi. We got to talk about the Ranger. Danger.
Yeah, let's talk about the Ranger. Since I actually have a cool car to drive right now, let's talk about mine.
Well,
wait, hold on. Did Brian tell you what he's currently driving?
Yeah, his Kia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't know.
I just wanted him to say it again, actually.
40 miles a gallon with gas prices right now.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. Honestly, I'll tell you how liberal I got since moving to Colorado.
You bought a Prius, didn't you?
Nope. Hold on. Make sure all the listeners.
You bought a what?
Volume turn.
I bought a Tesla.
Oh no, those
Jesus.
are badass.
Those are badass. That's not liberal.
So, Brian,
Free. You're supporting free speech, damn it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm logging off.
Hey, we're gonna lift it and put some 33s on it.
Hey, it is all-wheel
You saw
drive.
how,
But-
you saw how big he looked in a Ranger. Imagine what he
Hey, you know what's funny though? Like Brian complained so much about me never being there. I had to drive home every week. Just so he could run that company and not into the ground. So I had to buy something that got good gas mileage.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
So my gas
Those
bill.
are fun. Yeah, they're fast, dude.
Yeah, they're really fast. So we got a Model 3 long range so I could get back and forth to Kansas City.
I don't know what any of that means because I'm not.
It means it's really fast and it doesn't spin any tires because it's all-wheel drive.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
we can't put big tires on it.
Yeah, I can put big tires on it. I did already put a little roof rack on it because that's the way I am.
You couldn't help yourself, could you?
I mean, you never know whenever I'm going to have to put something on top.
Man, we could turn this around in so many ways. I saw Michael's look on his face, but
That's
Put
my
Put a
motto
weed
in
boot
life.
on
Is
the
you
damn
never know.
thing so that way you can get an internet signal.
hey,
Yeah, right.
Speaking of the guy that put that video together that we just played, there he is. And
Yeah.
we were Jeremiah, we were giving you kudos for the job well done, man. It was great. We just played it a few minutes ago. So welcome to the show. All right, so you got a new Tesla Model 3. You've already put a roof rack on it.
You got a Ford Ranger.
Yep.
You got a Ford Ranger,
Yep.
which I might add is looking really good.
It's coming.
It
Yeah,
really
you got
is.
stuff on it.
And Brian is sporting the 2017 Kia.
Kia. Yeah. Well,
So who's making all the money here?
Right. Yeah. He doesn't make any money.
Neither of us.
Yeah. None of it's really mine.
Someone else.
Okay.
I can tell you who owns each one of those things.
Here's a drink. Here's a drink to Brian and his
Oh,
2017
yeah,
Kia.
let's have a drink.
Hey, Brian, is the Kia all-wheel drive?
No.
Do you have a roof rack on it?
No.
Brian, you're letting me down here.
But I'll tell you what, it does have a sport mode.
Ooh. Hold up.
Right on.
Hold up. Newsflash, everybody. He's got sport mode.
Tom, like, brace yourself. Sport mode.
I think we should all ditch these vehicles and go buy Isuzu rodeos with 4-wheel drive, like the early 90s.
Oh,
I say we go buy some old AMCs.
Oh yeah. I saw another one.
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So Levi, you bought the Tesla so you could drive to Kansas to help work the business. Because I mean, you guys are growing, and Brian does need some help sometimes to with some of the bigger projects. So how often do you go, do you think? Okay,
so we lost Levi again.
Well, either that or he's afraid to answer.
Not enough.
he may be scared to answer. He may be like,
what else?
Oh, shit.
Let's just skip that and just go into what else do you guys have going on? Do you have another event that you're getting ready to go to? Do you have one planned? Do you got a camping trip coming up? What do you guys have going on?
No, not really. So we're skipping out on the Big Iron Overland Rally this year.
Gotcha.
We do have Rocky Mountain Overland Rally. We've been talking about going to. Was one of them. Lee, you and I are going to go out to that outdoor retailer.
Yeah.
We're going to go. At least we're not going to be vendors there, but we're going to go out and look. It's kind of the process of this year. I think was to scale back a little bit on the shows and focus on the accounts that we already have. Focus on the website, getting that turned around. Talking to other vendors in our area, some of those guys said they do 80% of their sales online.
Yeah.
We do about 3% of our sales online.
Oh, wow.
4% this year was online. So obviously there's a shortcoming there that we need to focus on. And, those shows, getting ready for those shows and doing that stuff, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort on the vendor side. And we got to close the store. We got to, it's just, it takes away from the fun of it.
Yeah.
Those shows are fun. Don't get me wrong, but
they're work.
There
You
were,
get to see it like a guest.
yeah.
You know, you barely get to walk around if you get to walk around at all.
Shit, it took me like 3 or 4 days just to recover from, standing and walking all that time. And yeah, so I totally get it. We were gonna kind of razz you a little bit about your website because we were gonna bring it up, but there's nothing there. So we're not gonna give you hell because I see you're working on it.
Yeah,
so that's kind of one of the reasons that we're tailoring back from going to as many events and vendor shows this year and having a booth there. Is we're trying to put some of the funds for the company to better use. I think that could be used right now. The website is definitely one of them. Levi's been doing a lot of research and spending a lot of time to kind of get our new website started. We're both working through it. So, there's a lot of things. Like I'm the money guy for the company, man, and I am a penny pincher. Like, if you know anybody that knows me, like I am a penny pincher. I don't like to spend money, bro. Like,
But see, that's not how Levi describes you.
I'm sure he has some other choice words for how I.
One of them has to do with the anatomy of the male body, but
oh my gosh,
yeah.
Lee's obsessed. He talks about this with every person that comes on. Yeah,
I mean, Brian will tell you he's a dick sometimes. Like, you talk to anybody that has dealt with him. I mean, but you know what? Like 20 years in the military, who isn't a dick a little bit? You know what I mean? Like,
okay, that's fair.
Dude, we're all dicks. I mean, there's something we're going to be a dick about something.
Hey,
the thing is, like, Brian and I mix so well together because I want to spend money all the time. If it were up to me, we wouldn't have any money in the bank account. We would have a maxed out credit card, and we'd have some damn cool tools. Do what?
I don't even let him know the bank account information. He doesn't even know the account number.
So
I don't. I checked the bank account one time. I had to make a deposit, and I was worried that my gas money from going down there, I used the business account to drive down there, and I was worried that I bankrupt the account. And I've checked it one time, and I was concerned, and I asked the lady, like, I deposited money, and I was like, okay, we're good. Like, hey, can you tell me my balance? It was $25,000. I was like, oh, what the hell, bro?
So you went and said, "Oh, I need a new rooftop tent."
If it were me, yeah, we would already had a bunch of cool stuff. But Brian, on the other hand, pays bills,
okay, so that's great because you have to have that balance, and so that's good because if both of you had the same personality, it probably wouldn't work.
Yeah,
no,
obviously.
I'll tell you one thing. Like I don't like owing people money, and we're a lot of our accounts. Obviously, we're on a net 30 and a net 60 on a lot of them. I had Dometic paid off for the order that we did for those fridges the second day after we got back from the More Expo.
Yeah,
I had a net 60 with that event, and and that's why I think that's why Dometic was willing to partner with us for that. Not that they wouldn't for other people, but I think we're such a small company. Big companies like that don't really kind of hesitant to partner with real small companies to do things like that.
I've heard it's been issues with some companies.
And I think that's why they were willing to do that with us because, we've never been late on a single account. I mean, we've never had somebody have to call us and be like, hey, man, you guys owe us, for that order you did 6 months ago. Like, we've never done that. We've never had an issue with that. And, like Gazelle Tents is another company. And Gazelle does a lot of things with us that I don't think they do with everybody else because of the relationship that we built up with them, by doing things like that and getting those accounts paid up. But you got to also realize we're growing as a company, and we've done it without borrowing a single dollar.
That's the way to do it. If you can do
you guys have really followed the best company model. And
hang on a second.
Ignore a paycheck for 3 to 5 years and let the business.
Hey, Levi, can you mute your phone until you get ready to talk? Because I got like tons of feedback coming through and wind noise or something. I can't figure out what it is. Okay, see, can you still hear? I know you have to unmute it to talk. Okay?
You guys keep kicking me out of my spots.
Well,
no, we're saying Get
So-
better internet. is
But
what we're
here's the
saying.
thing. Here's the thing for the guy
This
that
may
wants
be
to,
why the online store is not rolling.
yeah,
That's what I was getting ready to say.
for the
Like,
guy that likes to spend all shit.
And he leaves.
For the guy that likes to spend all the damn money, he doesn't
pays
even
for the
have
cheapest internet.
he doesn't even have his damn
He can't even play Call of Duty on that
headphones.
shit.
So hey, Brian, Jeremiah says that you guys turned him on to the Colby valves. I love the Colby
Hey,
valves for
I have one. What the fuck is it? What does it do?
so a Colby valve is an emergency valve stem replacement that you can do without even taking the tire off of your vehicle. So you can replace your valve stem while it's on the vehicle. So if you have a TPMS, obviously your TPMS is just going to be rolling around in the tire, but literally within 30 seconds, you can put that valve stem on, air your tire back up, drive to whatever town you need to get to, and then have them put your normal valve stem on with your TPMS. And then you can literally take that Colby off, throw it in your glove box, and it's reusable.
Yeah.
So you can
And
use
they're
it
little.
over and over and over. Such an awesome product. I know
Yeah.
the owner of Colby, his name's David, really good guy. He's been a real big supporter with us and helped us out a lot with, getting his product in and working some really good deals with us. So we try to push those Colby valves whenever we can. I mean, super cheap product that really could save you a lot of headache out on the
Yeah,
middle
we
of
met
the
him at the Rendezvous a couple years ago,
really good
and
guy.
he was just pedaling out of the back of his truck as he drove around the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah. He's an awesome guy.
And when he goes to vendor shows, he normally he won't do a booth there. He'll bring a bunch of product with him and help resupply all the vendors that are selling
Yeah.
his product. That way he's not stepping on your toes.
Levi, do you carry the Colby valve in your truck and your recovery kit?
I do actually. I have 2 valves currently in my car, and then in my Wagoneer, I didn't even use valve stems. I only used Colby valves.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Heck yeah.
And not even the permanent ones. We ran the emergency valve stems in his Waggy
Really?
Yep.
and drove it all over the place. Never had a problem.
That's pretty cool. Michael, they really are. I mean, it's one of those things that, and I'm sure Jeremiah is going to one day be thankful that he has them.
You
Is
don't need
that
it until you need it.
Yeah, is the moment. What the hell? The moment that you don't have it is when you need it, and it's a small thing. It's not like it takes up a lot of space. So that's one of those invaluable tools. Now, so how long before the website's going to be ready?
All right, good. That
Right,
was the last time I'm moving. I think I should be good.
We love you, Levi, anyway, no matter what. So how
Like a
long for the
Jerry
web?
Oh man.
Well, like a flared hemorrhoid. But anyway, so how long before you're going to have the website ready?
I'm hoping 2 weeks. I'm hoping we're up and running in about 2 weeks. We've done this thing where we haven't borrowed any money. We've placed our money, with the business. I should say we invested in the right spots at the right time. The right time now is the website. So I feel like, we're putting in funds where it needs to go. We're learning the process as we go. We're going to run it ourselves. We're not going to hire a big company to build our site and to put all this stuff in it and do it. We're going to figure it out ourselves. And then if there's a problem down the road, we'll know how to fix it.
Hey, Michael, we know a guy.
Yeah. I mean, I say we're going to do it ourselves. We are going to use some professionals to let us know what
sourcing.
wrong. Yeah, but we're not going to. We want to be able to run it ourselves and be able to update product and pricing. And last year, everybody in the industry felt it between shipping rates and product pricing and everything across the board was going up. We couldn't keep up. We were getting emails from Warren to Terraflex to people like that saying, "Hey, we're not meeting our map. We're and that's the last thing we want to do is lose one of those accounts."
Oh yeah.
And so we decided just to take the site down, focus on the products that we want to focus on, and push the products that we want to push, the ones that we like, the ones that we keep in the store and things like that, and just kind of downsize it a little bit and get the ball rolling, I should say, instead of thinking that we needed to have this big elaborate website right off the bat with 100,000 products and roll. I think to downsize it a little bit and actually make it a little more user friendly for our customers.
Well, and then if somebody calls and if they're scrolling through 1,000+ different things and they say, "Hey, tell me about this," and you're like, "I didn't even know we carried that."
Yeah.
It
That's
could
a
get
real
like,
thing.
you
That's
have
a
to
real
think in your
thing.
head. You may know that you have the product, but it's not in front of you. So you're like, wait a minute. There's so many.
Yeah.
Give me a second. And
So
that could be an issue.
let me ask this to you. And I know this is probably the hardest question you'll get asked, but what is the single most, and I say single, most favorite product that you guys carry? What's the one thing
For
you
each
love
of
the
you.
most?
Gazelle
For each-
tent.
Gazelle tent. Okay. I don't think
All right.
Michael could argue that at all.
No, I can't. I have nothing to say against that at all.
I watched a video the other day that somebody had this tent. It's a new tent, and it works similar to the Gazelle, but yet slightly different. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's a neat concept. The poles are on the outside. It's that pull it up and and I still looked at it and said, I'd spend twice as much money and buy the Gazelle.
I'll tell you something about Gazelle tents. We've sold hundreds of Gazelle tents, and to this day, I've still yet to have a single one come back with a warranty issue.
Yeah.
I've had
Not
it
a
in
single
Oklahoma
one.
wind, like crazy Oklahoma wind.
Yep.
And I mean, it gets a little noisy, but what tent doesn't?
Yeah.
But I wasn't worried about it blowing away, falling apart, any of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're good products,
Mhm.
and their customers, that crew, those people at Artisam are hard to beat, man. I mean, they're an awesome crew.
Well, it sounds like I don't think I've ever heard anybody say anything bad about their Gazelle tent. Not that I know of anyway. So, all right, that's fair. That was a little easy, but that's fair.
Prime example, we went out New Year's over the New Year's weekend, New Year's holiday here in Colorado. And I don't currently have a rooftop tent, or I'm saving up for the Alucab and gonna get an Alucab on the Ranger. So I'm currently in a Gazelle tent, and I have been now for almost a year, I guess I should say, or I guess not quite a year. But we went out. It was negative 16 degrees with about a 30-mile-an-hour wind, and it's just vicious. And I did have a buddy heater, but buddy heaters aren't the greatest thing in the world, especially heating up that tent. And I slept great. I mean, on a cot, and with a buddy heater and that kind of wind and temperature and everything, negative 16 up near Leadville, Colorado, over New Year's weekend was a testament to how good those tents are. I mean, howling winds and snow, and just, it was miserable outside. Inside was great. I mean, I put a chair and a table and made my dinner and everything inside the tent. Like,
hell yeah,
you can't really do that in a rooftop tent. And that's, other than just a trailer or some kind of pop up or something like that. Like for a tent, that's quickly put up and down. The guys with rooftop tents, I was packed up, loaded, ready to go before they were. Which isn't normally the case. Brian with his
Ursa tent usually.
Yeah. Brian with his Ursa Minor was usually done in 20 seconds. And then here I am with an 87-inch 23-0 tent, jumping from ladder to ladder, trying to put that thing away. I just got overworked, I should say. Not really overworked, but it was just to the point where you want to go camping, yet you're like dreading putting up tent or taking it down to move to the next place. And so,
or if it's a hard day, that's the last thing you want to do, is just to have to do a little fuck around with the tent.
Yeah. I used to act like I had more shit to do, so I didn't have to help him put his shit.
So, hey, Michael, you and Brian were cut from the same cloth.
Amen, brother.
Michael could find himself
I'll go
busy.
fucking kick rocks.
I have my Ursa closed up and getting ready to latch it, and I look over and he's still putting his second ladder away and start folding the tent. And then I kind of like pop it back open, like I forgot to get inside the Ursa.
Hey, listen, you're preaching to the choir here, because I'm telling you right now, I've got to the point now when Michael and I are camping, as a courtesy, I would, if I was washing my dish or pan or something, I would just, wash his because it was right there.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like,
here's my shit, dude. Here's
Yep.
my shit.
yeah. So now this
We're
is
best friends. My bullshit is your bullshit.
Bullshit. It's my
It's my
bullshit.
shit.
listen. I got 4 kids. I did not take you to raise. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not asking you to raise me.
just
I got
do
a
your
man,
dishes and
do my
cook your
shit for me. That's
just
all I'm
cook your
asking.
meals. Do your
Oh, you guys should go camping with me and Levi one time. It's a trip because we're like a fucking married couple going at it on a camping trip.
I had a guy ask me on the Enchanted Rockies Trail, and I was staying in Lee's tent. Someone else was using my Gazelle tent. And I was staying with Lee because it was cold and he had a heater in that damn fucking
Opus.
So this guy comes up and he goes, and I've got the back end of the Liberty open, my chair's out and all that stuff. And he goes, dude, how the fuck do you make camping so easy?
I'll tell you.
And I pointed over at Lee.
Yeah, he did. Literally.
That's how.
There was one time I've been camping with Levi where if I'd had a gun with me, I'd have shot him. I'm going to tell you about it. Hold on. I'm going to tell you about it. Me and him and our buddy Darren Shepard decided to go camp out in near Weston. Hold on. It's wintertime. It was cold as shit. I didn't have a rooftop tent, so I borrowed a rooftop tent from my buddy John Newlands, who had one of the older style front runner tents, right? Super lightweight, a super thin material. Anyway, I didn't have a whole lot of stuff yet. We were really just kind of getting into this, building up our overland gear. So I threw this rooftop tent on top of my 2-door Jeep, and we drive out to the middle of nowhere. I had an Oz tent at the time. This is before we started the company, and Levi borrowed my Oz tent, and then Darren Shepard had his own little tent thing. Anyway, I mean, it was freezing, man. I brought like a 40-degree sleeping bag.
I think it was a couple nights before Christmas.
Dude, it was so cold. Anyway, we stood around the fire for hours. Super nice. I go climb in the tent, and I swear to God, I about died from frostbite, man. Like, I was miserable. I didn't sleep any at all that night. I had 2 blankets wrapped up. I was like a cocoon just trying to stay fucking warm, and you had to bury your whole head and everything. I couldn't sleep for shit.
Tell me your smart idea about 30-degree sleeping bag.
I know.
You could sleep in 30 degrees.
I get it now. Anyway, so it's like as soon as the sun was up, I'm ready to go. Like, let me see if everybody else is up. It's time to get the fuck out of here. So I walk over to the Oz tent. Levi's laying in a cot, had like 2 fucking heaters in there. It was so hot in the Oz tent that it was like humid. So instantly I'm like, you son of a bitch. Where did you?
He's in there, nothing but his underwear, probably.
Yeah, I'm dead serious, dude. He's like that. I mean, just warm as shit. Not even sleeping in because it's so hot in this fucking tent.
Oh my God!
Laying on top of his bag.
I was like, if I had a gun, I would shoot you. I would shoot you.
That's so funny.
It was cold. It was very cold. It was below zero before when we went to bed.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. So you slept all night or didn't sleep, and you froze your tail off and were miserable. And he was in there on a cot with 2 heaters. And it was so hot that he didn't have covers or nothing.
I brought 2 sleeping bags.
Covers.
I brought 2 sleeping bags thinking if it got too cold, I'd put one inside the other. But it was so hot in my tent that I used my summer bag that I usually put in the inside of my winter bag.
So, fellas, there's a lesson to be learned here.
Not me.
And
don't be unprepared.
that Levi was prepared and Brian was not.
I think we have over-prepared and way under-prepared.
I agree, but my solution was to shoot Levi.
Yeah, just shoot him and take his stuff, right?
He was so mad. Oh man, that was funny.
Do
that was
you know how
ago,
pissed
man.
off I would be if that was the situation with me and Lee? Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I'd fucking slit his tires.
Just lounging in his underwear in a tent when it's 5 degrees. Like,
I'd have slit them.
Call your wife and kids, tell them bye.
Oh my God!
And my luck, I'd slit the tires, and he'd get some fucking sponsor like. Giving me
Everybody's got stories about camping, and And so, one of the stories that I always remember with Brian, we were on our way to Moab one time a few years back, and we pulled off and right outside of Idaho Springs, and it was chilly night, and we sat around the fire, and we got in there right at dark. I mean, it was pretty dark by the time we got tent set up and everything, and I kept hearing shit in the brush, like, whenever you get kind of paranoid and you start looking around, and Brian, every time I'd look and twitch, Brian would be like, "What, man? What?"
Clarify something. Levi worked for the Forest Service. He's literally lived in the middle of the fucking woods, used to take baths with bears and shit. All this shit. All right. I don't have as much experience doing that. So when Levi gets fucking jumpy, I'm instantly jumping. Like when Levi starts twitching like that and looking around, I'm okay. Like the big guy with me camping is nervous. Now I'm nervous.
So yeah, I mean, I kept hearing something all night, and I just never, whenever you hear something in the woods right next to you, I mean, because we just pulled in at night, had no idea where we're at. We just found a flat spot, put the tents out, started a fire, and ate dinner.
Every third bite, Levi would do this. Like that. So literally, I'm standing up, ready to
go.
I'm faster than him.
That's all you need to do. All you got to do is beat him.
Yeah. And that would have been easy. So anyway, I mean, I knew something was in the woods. Like it had to be something, close. And you could tell, right? So we went to bed and we got up the next morning. I swear to God, I got out, walked down the steps of my Jeep. First thing I normally do is walk to the front of my Jeep and pee. 10 feet from my Jeep was a bear trap, like a big, 100-gallon round vessel thing with a trap door on it. What? And all baited, ready to go.
So you guys were basically camped at the baited bear trap. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's exactly where we decided to camp. And I said,
I was seeing
where you decided to camp.
I didn't see it when we pulled in. I just when I pulled in, it was just right down the base of the hill from where we were camped at. Just to, looked like somebody just slid it down there. And I swear, I'd never seen Brian for an hour while we sat next to that campsite eating dinner. Every time I would just look like that, man, he would jump up and, "What, man? What?" I'll be like,
I was ready.
I heard something. And then about 10 minutes of, me just kind of looking around and shining light in the woods. Brian was like, "I'm going to bed. I
can't do this anymore."
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting in my tent, man.
Jeep is going to be quickest to jump up on top of when shit hits the fan.
That's the first night, though, camping near him that I heard him snore in 20 seconds after he gets in his tent.
No, my God.
That's the first night. I was actually able to get to sleep before him, and
Oh, that's hilarious.
Lee and I went camping once over at the Overland Radio Island before we were able to get.
Oh, in Ulaga Lake.
Yeah. And we had a guy pull up on us and start acting weird, talking, and it's 11:30.
Yeah.
Acting weird, and
he's a little messed up.
He's wanting to talk and hang out. He's driving like an Aztec or some bullshit.
He's gonna wheel it.
He's gonna wheel it. He's gonna put a front axle in it. Like he's gonna 4-wheel drive it. And
you have an Aztec, Levi?
Don't you have a Kia right now, son of a bitch?
Still cooler than an Aztec.
So we're sitting there, and I'm like, the guy walks over to his car, to the passenger door, and is just fucking around inside. And I was like, "Lee, do you have it on you?" And Lee gets up and goes and gets his gun. I was ready just to dig a hole. I mean, I was ready. This guy was going to be gone.
Yeah, he was just messing around.
Oh, man, we finally were like, "Dude, we're going to bed. You need to get out of here."
Levi's thing is when he's getting ready to go so I can fall asleep in 10 seconds, man. Once I hit the pillow, dude, I'm gone. I'm out instantly. I don't give a shit if mortars are going off in Iraq. It doesn't matter. I'm not kidding. We literally lived next to an artillery unit in Iraq.
But
through that shit like it was nothing.
But you camp at a baited bear's plot, and
when this son of a bitch is twitching every 5 minutes, and I'm up. But Levi, when he'll lay down, he starts thinking of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like when I say dumb, like I got a story for you. This is how dumb it is. We were on our way to Virginia for Expo East to go be in the General Tire booth. We're in my Jeep. We just took my Jeep. He had the Gazelle tent, and I'd just gotten the Ursa. We stopped like halfway in some state park, and I don't even remember where
it was in Kentucky.
In Kentucky, some
outside
park
Louisville,
in Kentucky. We pull in right at the entrance, and we park right in front of this cornfield, and just Levi. It was super nice out, so Levi was like, I'll just get the cot out. I'll just sleep in the cot outside of the Jeep, man.
Oh,
and
shit.
I popped the Ursa real quick. Super nice night, man. And literally, as soon as I hit the thing, man, I was asleep. And at some point, I hear the door open to the Jeep, and I didn't really think anything about it. And so the next morning, I wake up, and I wake up super early every morning, and I unzip my window, and I look down, and Levi's laying in his cot like this, wide open with the gun. He's got his gun just like this, and I'm talking like wide-eyed awake.
I've heard this story. Levi has told me this story.
I go, what are you doing? He goes, I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He goes, I swear to God, man, last night I was trying to go to sleep. I heard some rustling in the corn. All I thought about was Malachi coming out of that bitch and killing me. I'm like, you couldn't sleep because children of the corn?
Oh my God. Levi told me that story.
All night. I didn't sleep all night because all I could think of when I would hear a noise is Malachi walking out of the corn and slaughtering me.
I don't know why.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I'm like,
dude,
dude,
I didn't know it was
40 pounds.
when we first pulled in.
Movie.
I didn't know it was a corn. I pulled in, set my cot down, got my little blanket, pulled around me, and I heard craziness going on in that shit. And the first thing I thought of was, oh man, I need to get my gun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go camping.
Once I got my gun, I realized that goddamn,
like
the cornfield right in front of me.
Oh,
so I didn't think much about it. And then as soon as I closed my eyes, the first thing you kind of have that in sleep, out of sleep dream.
Yeah.
And there were like kids coming out of the cornfield with sickles at me. And I was done after that. I may have got 10 minutes of sleep.
So who picked that spot again?
We had no idea it was a corn. I mean, we just pulled in. Any other day,
cornfield. Who thinks of that?
I know, but I'm just thinking that Levi probably shouldn't be allowed to pick camp spots anymore after the bear and.
That's been
established. No, I don't mind. I mean, I could pick camp spots in the mountain because I don't mind.
You're always guaranteed a good time though if he picks it.
Or excitement. I don't know about a good time, but at least it'll be exciting.
Right.
Oh my God, that's funny.
This show has definitely took a turn to talk about campsites and stuff, but
hey, that's kind of what we do. It just every once in a while we just follow the rabbit hole.
It's a free for all, man. Oh my gosh.
We just go with what it is.
So a little background about me and Brian. We met each other in 2005 at reclass school when we reclassed MPs, and we've been following each other's career quite a bit, because what we do in the military was so small that you kind of follow each other around for years, right? When we deployed in 2008 to Iraq, we were roommates, and we had this little room that was probably 10 feet across by 8 feet wide, enough for a twin-size bed and a walkway, right? We call them shoes. Well, about 2 months into that deployment, I had to get on sleeping medication because my brain would just keep going up until like 3, 4 in the morning. I had to be at work at 2. Like our work hours from 2 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah, split the heat is what they called it. Split the heat. You got to get up at 2, go to work. You go to work till 2 in the afternoon, and then you go home and eat and go to bed, right? Well, my brain would never shut off until 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then I'd get 3 hours of sleep and then go to work in a war zone around detaining operations. And, I did that for about 2 months. Brian, on the other hand, as soon as he would lay down, like as soon as we'd shut the door, be like, okay, it's time to go to bed, he would start snoring. I mean, immediately.
Totally me.
Immediately. Well, that triggered something in my brain as well where I wanted to kill him. And then, I couldn't sleep because I didn't want to kill my roommate.
Hey, doctor, I think I need that medication you were telling me
So I
about.
got on meds. Yeah, I had to get on medication,
Yeah.
and and now any chance I could get to freak Brian out while we're camping, so he doesn't get to sleep the whole night, is any chance I could take. Like,
Oh my gosh, that is funny. Payback.
right? I'm telling you, for a year I had to sit across this dude, and literally we'd have conversations, and he would stop talking to me in minutes, not even minutes, seconds later he'd be snoring, and I would get so pissed that I would not sleep the rest of the night because I'd be so pissed at him that I wanted to smother him in his sleep.
I woke up one morning, sitting at the edge of his bed, staring at me like this. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, 28 seconds, Brian, 28 seconds. And I was like, who starts a conversation like that, Levi? Like, what are you talking about? He goes, we were talking about shit. I asked you a question. You didn't answer. I started counting. I got to 28 seconds and you were snoring. Literally sitting on the end of his bed, just tapping his finger. And I could see it.
That's pretty awesome.
And you're still friends. Well, there you go.
And business partner.
All right.
And business partners.
So let's
Very
make
good.
sure we go through. We're getting close to an hour here. So let's
Yeah.
we got give everybody your social media and your website stuff so we know where to send everybody.
The overlandessentials.com is our website that'll be soon up and running.
2-ish weeks, maybe.
2-ish weeks, depending on how much or how much money I can squeeze out of Brian's ass to pay for a little bit of that help.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah, social media. We have an Instagram, Facebook. I don't. God dang it, Rick.
Match made in heaven, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you know who we are now, Rick. Right?
Yeah. No shit.
Well, and we're
that's a
excited.
story for
We're
another one,
gonna
then.
we're gonna be announcing shortly. I mean, we're gonna announce it today, but you guys are gonna be coming on as one of our sponsors, and we appreciate it so much.
Sure.
We kind of been talking about it for a while, and finally decided, hey, let's make something happen, and that'll happen. You guys are gonna reach out to me whenever you're ready to start it up, and
I think we're doing the first of the month,
excited.
aren't we?
Yeah, we're really planning on to wait till the website gets up and running. At least a draft, you know what I mean? Somebody that they can click on, you know what I mean? But I mean, you know us, we've always been a supporter of the channel and want to keep supporting the radio station. And
We appreciate it very much.
anything that we can do, to help our community is the biggest thing.
Keep telling us these stories, man.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
We have a ton more stories.
We got a lot of.
That was only 2 camping trips, maybe 3 camping trips, and we've done a lot more.
See, that's and that's kind of what everybody has their little niche of what they do in their podcast or their show or whatever they do. We just want to have a good time. We want to build the community. We want to build the relationships, and that's what our purpose is. And along the way, everybody's going to listen to or going to find out what you guys carry, like the deals that are happening. We're going to have you guys on often and talk about new product that's coming in. And so I'm excited, man.
Yeah, we are too. When we started this business, we talked about it at the very beginning. We're education based. Doesn't matter if you buy something from us or not. If you have questions, ask. If you have questions about products we don't even carry, ask.
I'll give you an example. You know how many products I've had customers that want a specific product that we don't carry that I've bought from Chad at Overland Attic to take care of our customer here locally, and it's not that, we don't really care if we're the ones selling you the product. We just like to have that interaction with the customers. I had a guy that specifically wanted a Roam box. So I hit up Chad and bought it from Chad and got it down here and installed it on the customer's vehicle, and out of that, we both got a customer from that,
Well, yeah, exactly.
And,
that's how it should work. Some of the mentality of me.
We agree.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I think that I am comfortable sending a customer to a competitor that I know and trust, knowing that customer is going to go, well, damn, they sent me to their competitor. They trust them, so I should trust them. They may buy from them, but chances are they're going to come back and buy from me, or they're going to tell somebody, look, these guys just all work together. I don't understand. I don't understand that other mentality of trying to throw you under the bus or have your brands pulled from you or, all that kind of, crazy stuff.
And there's a bunch of companies, we get along with, me and Levi, we kind of get along with everybody with the exception of a few people. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Levi. I have a few people that don't really like me the most sometimes because I can be that guy at times, but I mean,
I know the feeling.
What I mean? Like I'm just, I don't have a filter. I'm gonna tell you how it is.
I know.
If it upsets you, then it upsets you. Take care. And then if it doesn't, then we can both learn from it and move on. But I mean, I'm not the I'm right, you're wrong type of guy. But if it's bullshit, I'm gonna call bullshit. And but like we get along with damn near everybody that's a competitor out there. I mean, we never have anything but good things to say about Chad at Overland Attic. Such an awesome guy. His family's great. I mean, he's doing a great thing with his business. The guys.
His wife makes a killer pecan pie. Holy shit! It's all gone.
Dad, if you're watching, we may need to get a pecan pie because I am a pecan pie connoisseur.
I got first dibs on.
You don't need a pecan pie, bud.
Hey, I got a pecan pie too. Or a pecan pie too.
Pecan.
But
pecan.
Overland and CBI Adventure, all those guys, we're all competitors, but we get along with all of them great because they're all a bunch of great guys.
Well, here's the deal: everybody wants to build their vehicle a little different. Everybody wants, like you can't carry every fucking thing that's out there,
right?
And neither can Chad, and neither can nobody can. And, some people, they'll want certain things or they'll want this or that or whatever it is.
I think the customer service that you get from a business is
it's what you're paying. It's what you're getting.
Back to the shop.
And I said it to somebody and they disagreed with me. And I think it was it Lauren? When I said, I think, because he was talking about people buying online a bunch. And I said, I think that won't go away, but I think there'll be a point where people will be shocked when they can go into a store and actually touch something and buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have stores that are doing that. I think when that comes back around, because I think everything's a cycle.
Yeah.
And it's going to go back to, well, we want the customer service. We're tired of this fucking getting on the internet and just clicking a button and not really getting an ID. Can't ask anybody questions. Can't do any of that bullshit.
For small ticket items, I don't think that's going to ever go away for your quick buy phone chargers and things like that online on Amazon. But I think you're right. I think, you don't know how many customers we have from South Dakota, Mississippi, Orlando, Florida that have driven to Kansas City so they could put hands on the product and see it before they buy it. And we've had customers come in and say, hey, like, we're not in the market right now. We're just coming to look at it.
But we want to see
if we have rooftop tents on display in our store. You know what I mean? They get in them, they fold them up, they play around with them for a little bit. And you have no idea how many people will just say, okay, yep, what do you have in stock right now? And if we have it in stock right now, they buy it.
Well, it's like me. I've liked vehicles, and then I've gone to close the door and gone, nope.
Yep.
Just because I didn't like the way the door closed. Like the sound it made didn't feel solid, like all that stuff.
And then you got the people that come and say, hey, I tried to buy this somewhere else and got shitty customer service or whatever. You know who those guys are down the road. But anyway, so you just got to have, because look at Chad. Chad's got 180 4.9 reviews on Google. 180.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I've been trying to ask him his secret with getting these Google reviews done, man. I posted
ask for him.
Pecan pie.
Ask
pecan pie.
To try to get more of those. And I mean, and every one of our reviews has been a 5-star review, but I mean, we're really trying to get that up and
I can give you the secret sauce after we get off the radio.
Yeah. Well, hey, everybody listening, go over to their don't go to the
website yet.
Yeah, don't go to the website.
Don't do a review on that.
Yeah.
We need reviews.
Otherwise, Levi's fired.
Review them, do all that stuff.
Yeah. But I know we're past an hour, and I know we got to go. But I just want to say, like, if listeners are out there, they have any questions, or we got started. We came from a rock crawling background, so when we've been wheeling for 20 years. but it's always been through big ass rock crawlers and 40s and the whole bit. We transitioned, in about 2016, 17 is when we transitioned. And 100%, the reason we started this company is because we didn't know who to go to. We couldn't ask questions. And if you have any idea or don't have an idea at all where to start, give us a call, because we've been in your shoes. You know what I mean? Like, there was nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, nobody to talk to, that long ago. And that's 100% the reason we started this company. Is we were driving back from Moab saying, hey, we're going to transition to do this full time. We're going to do overlanding instead of rock crawling. And we talked for 14 hours on how to start this, why to start this business, and what our game plan was and what our business plan was. And 100%, every time it came back was the education.
Yeah.
We missed the education. We didn't have it. And we were going to do everything in our power to research every product, every system, every, pros and cons about stuff that worked for us and what didn't. And we were going to start a company based on truths, because you could go on every Facebook forum and chat room, and everybody's going to say, hey, this is the best because this is the only thing I've ever ran and I like it. We've ran damn near everything we have put in our cars and tested it, and shit we don't sell, we have put in our cars and tested it. And we continue to drive. And that's why we went from, I've had 4 vehicles since we started this trip. I mean, I even bought a Subaru just so I could try Subaru stuff. I bought a Ford Ranger because I hadn't had a truck yet. You know what I mean? We're literally spending.
No, I thought there were other reasons why you bought a Ford Ranger.
But I mean, honestly, we're spending the money to be able to research this product, and not every company could do the same or say the same. Like we've really truly want to grasp that, we're education based and continue to be. And if you have a question, don't hesitate to call.
What right now is the easiest way to get a hold of you guys?
Honestly, Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
With the website being down, you can't really go on there and put a note in there for us to get back. So Facebook Messenger is literally the quickest way to get in touch with us. We have 2 Facebooks, just so everybody knows. We have a business page, which is the Overland Essentials. We also have a community page that's labeled the Overland Essentials. You'll know the difference when you look at the photo. And then the community page, you actually have to ask to join that one. And that's just so we know we're not getting spam people in there and crap like that. They actually got that Bronco out, by the way, and they did exactly what you talked about, Lee. They put the floaters on there and waited till the tide.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Well, see, they waited 3 days, dumbasses.
But that community Facebook page we have guys like Dan Greck, who wrote The Road Chose Me on there.
Yeah.
Posting his videos and things he does with his.
Guys from Yukon Gear and Axle. We have guys from Peterson Fool Drive on there. We reached out to everybody that we knew in the industry to join the group to be able to push that education piece. And that's
we don't post any products. We don't try to sell anything on that community page. That's literally for people to post their trips, to post reviews on shit that they've tried out. It's a really good community, and I think we're up close to 1,000 people, I think, maybe
nice.
on the community page. So jump on there and join it. But Facebook Messenger is the easiest and quickest.
All right.
Get a hold of us.
Well, awesome, guys. It was great to have you guys on. It's going to be even better that you guys are joining the team here. We appreciate that. And,
absolutely.
Whatever we can do for you, whenever you have something come up, just let us know. We're always here for you guys. And then we'll keep rolling forward. So make sure that you reach out to them. On Messenger, everybody right now, go hit them up, send them all kinds of messages so that their Messenger is flooded, and it takes them hours and hours and hours to get through. Appreciate it. Hit them up. And everybody out there, another drink. There we go.
I'm almost out. This is Jim Beam Peach and iced tea is phenomenal.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Drink whiskey out of a Dunkin' Donut cup. There
you go. That's the right way to do it. That's that penny pinching part. So, Lee, thank you for pushing all the buttons, doing everything that you do. Everybody out there listening, I appreciate it so much. Make sure you like, share, do all that stuff. Go and check out all the social medias for Overland Radio and all over Overland. I appreciate it. Make sure you go check these guys out. The Overland Essentials. Thank you so much. Whatever you do, make sure that you go all over.